Making the most out of the time left this year. It is quickly coming to an end. And the question is, are you going to sprint to the finish line or are you slowing down your pace in 2022? All right. Now, I believe that there is not one day of the year that someone out there doesn't need what you have to offer. I believe every single day somebody is looking for what you do and is ready to buy. Okay. There's a credit card out there, right? Somebody is ready to put this on a credit card. They're searching for what you have to offer. Do you believe that? Okay. I'm excited to jump into this today. Now, I think you could be selling every day. Whether you're listening to this in December and you're thinking, well, not Christmas Day or New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, or nope, I think every single day, every day in December, every day moving forward. I think you could be selling somebody like no matter if you're thinking, but I'm busy or I wouldn't be around. Who cares? Just because you're not around doesn't mean somebody else isn't, right? You might think, but everybody's with family on Christmas. That's just not true. A lot of people might not be with anybody, right? Like they might be waking up by themselves. They might be heading to family later. Okay. In fact, I'm actually not with my family on Christmas Day. We celebrate Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day is just us. Okay. So when I wake up Christmas morning, I'm usually always up before everybody else, right? Will I have time to check out Instagram, go online? Absolutely. Right. Now, will I be the only person that does that? Absolutely not. Okay. Now, today, here's what I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover what thoughts are going to sabotage you and slow you down this month, or just in general. Even if you're listening to this in January, February, this still the same stuff applies, right? I'm going to talk about the truth about people spending money around this time of year. I'm going to talk about what you can do now to set yourself up for success in 2023. Okay, here are a bunch of thoughts that are just thoughts. They are not 100% positive facts, right? They're not true. But I see business owners believing them and then they let it hurt their sales. Okay. So here are some thoughts that you just got to get out of here. Okay. Do not let them stay. It's not a good time for my client to buy right now. I missed my opportunity to capitalize on Black Friday or a holiday promotion. People aren't buying because they're spending money on presents right now. But then after Christmas, it's not that great either because now they have no money because they just spent it all. How many of you have already thought one of those things? You might even disagree with me as I say it. You're like, but I did, Stacy, I did miss Black Friday. Great. You can have Black Friday pretty much any time of the year. Like, I swear in summer, they were doing Black Friday specials. Okay. You didn't miss anything. There's always a reason to do another promotion. Okay. So let's go through a couple of these. It's not a good time for my client to buy. Okay. When is the best time for your client to buy? Okay. So, first of all, I want you to remember that that's not up to you. The best time for your client is when they know they need this, when they are sick of doing what they've been doing and experience the same results, right? I can't control the day that that happens on. And maybe that happens to be Christmas morning. Maybe they go into their email and they're literally replying to an angry client, right? Or maybe their in-laws said something about them on Christmas Day about their business and they've like had enough. And they go straight to my IG and they DM me, or they go to my website and they apply for one of my programs, right? Or maybe they've been having the link to buy in their email, but they haven't taken the plunge yet, right? That is possible that is the moment for them. Okay. So don't think it's not good. It's not a good time for my client to buy. Who are you to decide when your client or potential client is ready? Like, you don't have that much power. Okay. It is possible. It is the perfect time for them to buy. Now, let's go to I missed my opportunity to capitalize on Black Friday or the holiday promotions. Okay. Maybe you physically missed the date, but you've never missed an opportunity to promote your business. Okay. As a business owner, that's all we do 365 days a year. It doesn't have to be a holiday to have a promotion. Whatever month you're listening to this, it could be your November special, right? If you're really bummed you didn't do a Black Friday deal, then put it on your calendar for next year in summer to start planning it so you're ready to go in October and November. Yes, I said October. Black Friday is now in October. It's pretty crazy, right? But don't make that be the reason you don't move forward. Think of something else to promote, okay? People aren't buying because they're spending money on presents. Okay. Now, most of us are buying presents for other people right now. Yes, true. But let me ask you, have you purchased anything for yourself during that time? Like right now, when you were shopping, did like anything sneak into the cart? Did you get yourself anything? Probably. So, yes, people are spending money, but some people do more shopping for themselves during this time more than any time of the year. Okay. Especially people like you might be thinking, well, they don't have a lot of money. Some people that are already putting money on a credit card, they don't really care if they're putting an extra a little bit on, right? So sometimes I see people spending even more when they're already spending a lot. Okay. Now, this is another good one that somebody told me. Okay. But Stacey, after Christmas isn't good either because now they have no money because they just spent it all. Okay. Do you know how many people get money for Christmas? A lot. They make cards just to hold cash. Like you can go to Hallmark or the grocery store and you can find cash insert cards because a lot of people don't even buy gifts, they just give money. After Christmas might be the perfect time for somebody to use that extra cash on your product, program, or service. Okay. Don't let your thoughts, right, which are not facts, sabotage what's left this year. Okay. Now, hopefully by now, you've already started your annual planning, right? You're planning for next year. We've already done this with our clients. Trust me, it is the perfect time to start doing this. When you see what you want to do in 2023, you can ask yourself, what would be the best use of my time in Q4, right? As October hit, November hit, now we're in December. What would be the best use of my time now to jumpstart 2023? Okay. This is where I think there's a lot of confusion happening. We think things like, well, let's just go back to eating. Okay. Let's just use that analogy, especially around Christmas. We're like, well, I already had like a cookie. I mean, what's the problem if I have three more? Like, I already ate real bad this weekend. So I might as well just finish this out Sunday night. I'll start fresh on Monday. I know that our brain tells us starting Monday is a great idea. But after one cookie or the one meal or the one day that you ate horribly, it really is better and easier just to start fresh Sunday morning, right? Psychologically, our brain wants us to believe like it's just easier with a fresh start. But if we really looked at the math and the statistics, it's always better to start sooner than later. We are doing that with the end of the year. We're like, well, I didn't hit my goals. So what's the difference if I hit December hard or I just start fresh in January? You know what the difference is? 31 days, a 31-day advantage. If you and your biggest competitor were starting fresh January 1st, and I was like, psst, I can give you a 31-day advantage. Do you want it? Are you going to take it? Right? Or are you going to think, well, I don't know. Like, I think I'm just going to slow down by the end of the year. Now, I am not saying don't rest, don't recharge, don't vacation. Okay. I am just saying if you have plans to work on a Tuesday, let's get some stuff done. Let's get to work, right? I plan to work Monday through Friday every week in December and then take off when the holidays are happening, right? Or if the kids are off of school. And then I will be vacationing December, whenever it is, like Christmas through New Year's, I'll be off. I'll be recharging. But I plan to have the biggest and best December I have ever had. And when I'm on vacation December 26th, I'm going to relax. I am going to enjoy it. Okay. And what I've just done by going all in on December and playing full out is I have set myself up for 2023 in an even more powerful state and even like a bigger advantage, right? If I'm going to do when people are slowing down, I'm going to go full force and play full out. Okay. And I can play full out. Like if you're just thinking, I'm just tired, I just don't know that I can give it all in December. That's probably some other things that we've got to discuss because I'm not tired in December, right? I've been giving myself weekends off, evenings off. I've been taking breaks. I've been taking care of myself. So my energy level is like, it's go time. I'm ready. I'm ready for Q4. If anything, I slowed down massively in summer and really enjoyed it. But Q4 for both of my businesses are big, big times of the year. So why would I not maximize the opportunity? Okay. All right. So a lot of people, they give up because they have these thoughts that feel like they're true, right? I really did have one Christmas morning that somebody bought our program. They had the link in their email and they just bought it. Now, was I expecting it? No, but it was a nice surprise. And I want you to know like that could still happen to you too. All right. Now, do not let all of these excuses slow you down. Oh, I've got like when people are like, well, I have a lot of holiday parties and the kids have stuff at school. It's like, yeah, but like to me, those aren't evenings and weekends, right? I mean, I'm not cutting out work time because my friend's having a holiday party, right? That might be on a Saturday. Now, here's what I want you thinking about. What if you used this month to get ahead? What if you started prioritizing next year's goals this year? How much further would you be? And you know what? I will tell you this, the people I attract already know this. December is typically a massive enrollment for our Powerhouse Mastermind. And it's usually because my person is thinking, I don't want to wait. Like I want to start now, right? But when you get some of the newer entrepreneurs or people that maybe are not as experienced enough, they're probably still in the mindset of like, I'll wait till January. Okay. We want to get the waiting out of your head. Okay. Now, if part of you is not happy with your current progress on your goals, which is making you want to stop, maybe stop just going after it, I really believe in like taking the deadline away and still shooting towards your goals. Okay. So I'm just going to make this up as an example. If you wanted to hit 1 million this year, okay, you wanted to hit 1 million, you had this massive goal, you're only at 700,000. Realistically, you're not bringing in 300,000 in December. Even if you played full out, it's just not going to happen. Okay. What if I gave you permission just to take away December 31st of the deadline and you still got to calculate how much you're making to hit that million? Some of you are like, but Stacy, this doesn't count. That's not fair. But here's the deal. If you're so distraught over not and defeated because you're not going to hit it, keeping that deadline there isn't helping you. It's just making you think it's over and I lost. But if you move the deadline to say, listen, I'm not going to hit it by the end of the year, but I do feel like I could hit it by the end of January. What if you kept the $1 million goal or whatever the goals you're shooting for and you just moved the date? How would that change the way you move, the way you take action in December? I have a feeling some of you would start to take drastic actions, right? It would be drastically different because now you're like, okay, it's not that I'm not going to hit it. I am going to hit it. I just had the wrong date in mind. I can extend it, right? We just had a really big goal, like really big that we didn't hit. And it was for end of September, September 30th. Okay. So I want to have this certain number by September 30th. And I really wasn't even that close. Okay. But I just said, well, that we didn't hit it by September 30th, but I'm keeping the number. We'll see how long it takes. And we had a crazy October and we hit that number 2 weeks later. Now, here's what I will tell you. If you would have interviewed me on September 30th, I would have said I had a really big goal and I failed and we didn't come close and I didn't hit it. If you would have interviewed me 2 weeks later, I would have said, oh my goodness, we had this really big goal. We didn't do it as fast as we thought, but we hit it. And only, I want to say it was for August through September. So let's just say that's 8 weeks. The goal was for something in 8 weeks. I really hit it in 10 weeks. If you would have asked me August 1st, you're not going to hit it September 30th, but you are going to hit it 2 weeks later. Do you still want it? I'd be like, yeah, I don't care if it takes me 10 weeks versus 8 weeks. Like, I still want that outcome. Okay. So many people have these random made up goals. We put it on paper. We have this deadline. We see we're not going to hit it. So we start to slow down. Okay. Now is not the time to slow down. It is the time to pick up. It is the time to go full force and try something different. Okay. Now, if you feel like your planning is off, you are so far from the goal, then you need help creating a better, not realistic. I mean, it is realistic, but it's realistic enough, but stretching you enough. So I just said to somebody on my team, I want you to change your KPIs. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the average of everything you've been doing. Okay. Tell me what that number would be. And then I want you to stretch yourself a little bit. Okay. So it's realistic, but there's growth involved. Okay. Versus picking out fancy numbers that just sound amazing, like 10,000 Instagram followers or $1 million a year. But it's like, are we on track? Are we even close? Is that even going to help me? Or am I just going to be so caught up in the failure of not hitting it that I'm going to slow myself down? Okay. I think you get it. You now know that there is so much opportunity. It is not time to slow down. It is not time to think it's over, it's done. Not if you're planning on having a business in 2023. Scrap 2022 out of your memory if this is causing that much pain. And already think whenever you're listening to this, if it's November, December, January, whenever you're listening to this, think, I just get a bonus section of time that I get to focus on 2023's goals. If you need to mentally get rid of 2022's goals and already look at 2023 and just get that bonus month or bonus 2 months in, you go for it. You do whatever you need to do to have the energy and the enthusiasm to hit that goal. Okay. All right, my friends, thank you for another great episode. We've got our Plan to Profit Challenge coming up exclusively on the podcast in the month of December. So stay tuned. This is actually going to be our 7th annual. I can't even believe we've been in business that long, in this business specifically, our 7th annual Plan to Profit Challenge. This is going to be a big one to help you plan, okay? And if you know you're ready to jump into Well Oiled, you really want help with your plan, the accountability, you want to get a jump start on the year, go to welloiledoperations.com. You can learn more there and then book a call to see if you're a good fit or not. All right, have a